The Fundamentals of Online Testing course was was really helpful. Gave us some very detailed, very specific tools that we can take back and use to improve our sites.
Excellent course, number one. Great opportunity to see strategy and then see how that strategy converts into tactical execution. And really how the dedication this team has here at Meclabs around just the whole concept of scientific testing and experimentation was fantastic.
I came in expecting to learn how to put together a framework for an entire testing program. That was what I came to this event hoping to take back, and that's exactly what I have. That testing tool is another thing that I'm like super stoked about, because it takes these complex mathematical calculations, and you just plug in your numbers from your analytics program, and it spits out whether or not your sample size is spits out whether or not your test is statistically valid, and it tells you how much of a sample size you need to have in order to achieve a statistically valid 95% confidence interval. And so that was one of my biggest things, is like, okay, so I understand I need to design statistically valid tests, but how do I calculate that? And then in this session today, we got a tool that lets us do it, and I'm super stoked on it.
It's patented for a reason. That thing is unique, it's brilliant, and it works. And I'm going to use that. Actually I have a marketing company, so I'm going to use that with all my clients. I'm just going to be like replicating a lot of their stuff because it's just so good, it's no matter what you're doing, if you're doing it for a company, if you're doing it for yourself, if you're doing it for clients, you got to have a system, you got to have a methodology, and you'll work it and you'll do great.
I don't think that everyone has a firm grasp on statistics, myself included. I don't know what a standard deviation is, so it's helpful to have something that's just ready to go. But I think the best part about the course is the fact that it's really kind of inspiring to be around people who are really into what they do, and it gets those creative juices flowing, because I think you can get into a rut. So I'm super psyched to go back and start making some changes that will hopefully have great impacts for my company.
I've done a little bit of testing already, so I have a little bit of experience with it. But my testing has kind of been all over the place and very kind of disjointed, and I basically learned today how to kind of build more of a framework and kind of determine where to start with testing and kind of how to go through to optimize the learnings.
I thought it was a good course. I thought that there's a lot of in-depth discovery of things that marketers should consider. So I appreciated the detail that Dr. McLaughlin went through, and I think having the test at the end is a really good thing to take, because it forces one to consider a lot of the content that was presented during the course. So I thought that was excellent, and it was good, and it was a little bit more challenging than I thought. So that's also great. So very valuable and thankful.